Let me see. Latoya, that you?
Hi, Howard.
Hi.
Oh, my goodness. Hi.
Hi, Robin. How are you?
It's great to hear from you.
Why, thank you. It's about time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got a phone call this morning and told me that Jack Gordon just left your show.
Yeah.
And, of course, we were granted not to do any interviews. The minute he left the courthouse, he could care less about the judge and started just running off doing interviews.
So you mean the judge said don't do any interviews?
No talking.
And then Jack, of course, opened his mouth.
all over the television set, all last night, everywhere. But,
Now, Latoya, what about this? Did you ever hit Jack with a hammer while he was sleeping?
Absolutely not. He is such a liar because
Really?
the reason why is he's caught and he can't do anything about it. And he's trying so hard. This man is the most vicious person in the world. I've been abused for many years, and I've been hiding it. I didn't know what to do because I didn't know how to get away from him because he always threatened to kill me and take my life. So I was very, very much afraid.
I see.
And he tried so hard to get me to work all the time. When I told him in '96, I said, Jay, slavery's over. I'm not working free because every penny I made, he kept it to himself.
Now, because you have said to me before, and I was quite concerned about you. You remember this. You said to me many occasions when we were off the air that you didn't have any money because...
Right. I would tell you that. Go ahead.
Because you used to say to me that all of your money was tied up with your manager.
That's right.
And that you don't even have assets.
He would never let me see one penny, but he would beat me and make me get out there and work. Even with the little talk shows that we would do, he would beat me and make me go on them and do them. And I said, Jay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to discuss this. I don't want to talk about my family.
Right.
And he would do it anyway. And it would just drive me crazy. It would just make me so upset when he would do this.
Now, some people, though, will accuse you saying, well, you're just trying to get back with your family, so you're going to blame it all on Jack.
Of course that's not true. That's not true at all, because first what they don't know is that I've been talking to my family for the longest. I think I've told you guys that as well.
Right.
I've been talking to them for many, many years. So that has absolutely nothing to do with it. No.
Now, how'd you get Jack out of the apartment, though?
You can't go, because after he beat me in New York, I said, that's it. I'm not taking this anymore. No one has to be subjected to this. And I left.
Wow. Well, good for you.
I just said, that's it. I'm not going to take the beatings. It's just, they were too intense.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Were you trying to have a baby with him?
Oh, I heard him on your show, by the way, saying that when Divine was on, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And I said, how could he, I was still with him at the time. I said, how could he say that? I said, I'm looking at him, listening to him on the radio. And when he comes back, I asked him about it. He goes, oh, of course not. They never even asked about you. You weren't important to Howard.
Well, Latoya, but what happened for a while? You were trying to have a baby with him, right? That's true.
I listened to him saying, no, actually, I want to have a baby differently, and he didn't want to because he felt that we were married.
Right.
But what Jack Gordon couldn't do was have a child.
Right. So maybe it's good that you didn't have the child with him.
Oh, of course it is. It's very good. I'm glad I didn't have Satan's child.
Why don't you come in and let me console you?
I'm very happy that I didn't. But no, this guy is just totally ridiculous, and I got a restraining order for the rest of my life. The judge granted this for me yesterday.
Wow.
Well, he granted both of you restraining orders, though.
No, not Jack Gordon, just me, really. He can't come near me for the rest of my life, him and any of his friends and his family.
So now you're free of Jack, and now the court case is about money, right?
Now it's about the divorce.
Right.
Getting out of that. And Jack Gordon is so upset and so angry and so mad. He's still trying to get over here. He's trying to break every law and rule there is. And if he does, I will call the police and put him in jail. And
he says you're in his apartment?
I'm not playing. I'm in Vegas because we have to get so many things settled.
Now, what are you doing about your... Now, he's in Vegas, too, right?
Yes, of course, because we just left court.
Oh, I see. And now you're saying... Well, now, what about all your... like he was saying, you got some movie offers and things. Are you guys... are you going to still have him manage you?
If I have those offers, I don't know, because there's a totally different address that they need to go to. And Jack Gordon has them...
I see.
Sending them to... Everything's been going to his office because they have no idea where to send these things.
So who will be your new manager, or will you keep Jack as your manager?
Absolutely not. He has never been my manager for some time now, but he would never step down. He felt that because he was married to me, that he would continue to manage me.
He claims he has a contract.
Till the year 2000. He doesn't?
No, he's a liar. He does not have a contract whatsoever. He wants the world to think there's ties. He is not my manager. He has been my manager for years, Howard.
Wow.
And I would tell him that all the time, but of course I couldn't do anything because you guys have no idea what I've gone through.
But, I mean, you did... I mean, when you had the sex with him and everything, it was bad, right?
It was bad?
For you. He said it was good for him. He actually was quite complimentary to you on the air.
He always says you're beautiful and have a great deal of talent.
It was not good whatsoever.
Right.
No, it wasn't.
If you were here now, I'd have you in my arms consoling you.
Now, are you telling us...
I'm sorry, what?
I'm just happy to have my freedom. That's the most important thing I should tell to any woman that's been beaten or battered. Your freedom is the most important thing in the world. And when I left him, and I felt free because I made a clean escape, I felt good. Because he always threatened me that if I ever leave him, he would kill me. And I knew that he would.
Right.
Even if I did a half job. So I made sure that I was gone, and everything was gone when I left.
So you're not living in his home anymore or anything?
It's not his home. First of all, Jack Gordon never worked. I did all the work all these years that I've been with him.
Right. So, in other words, it's your apartment.
Day and night. He worked hard. I worked hard, and I worked hard for my money, and for him to take it. And that's what I couldn't take anymore after all these years. This man is the most conniving con artist I have ever met in my entire life. His entire family is that way.
Really? Well, LaToya, I mean, he does say he still loves you and that
I don't care what he says. I don't want this man around me. Of course he does. You know why? I was his meal ticket. He doesn't want to see his meal ticket leave him for the rest of his life. It's over with. I'm gone.
I see.
I can't stay there and subject myself to the beatings. It's wrong. And I refuse to.
Well, nobody would want you to. Nobody would...
I mean, it's terrible. This guy's...
I mean, in fairness to Jack, though, he claims that he never beat you. This is what he claims. And that he's not a con artist, but the
one thing
he
we
managed
do know
you.
is that Jack has never shown up with any bruises, and we did see the results of that 90 whatever battle they had where she was bruised.
That's true.
You only saw that because he called the cops. If I had called the cops every time Jack Gordon beat me, Jack Gordon would be in jail almost every week.
Well, it sounds like you two are really going to be having a big battle in court.
We are, because I want out of this thing. I just want as far away from this man as possible. That's all I want.
Right.
And I don't like the fact that he goes around the world giving interviews and saying things like that because, of course, he was granted not to do that, but I think it's only fair for me to defend myself at this point.
So, what are you wearing right now?
I'm just... First of all, I'm half asleep because someone just woke me up in the middle of the night and said, he's on Howard. And
who's the someone? That's what I want to know.
I think you better call.
What are you wearing?
His name is Florio.
What are you wearing right now?
I am just...
It's got some hot body, this LaToya.
Howard, come on, please, let's be serious. This is serious.
I know it's serious, but I can't know what you're wearing.
I'm going to play with. It's something that I've always wanted to
I'm trying to relax you.
And finally I got it. As you can see, he upsets me. He disturbs me.
You must be wearing something great.
I tell you something. It's better than being with Jack Gordon and afraid to get up or afraid to meet.
So now you're on your own. Now you feel good. You feel liberated.
This is your first time being on your own.
Let's face it. Listen, LaToya, you know I don't know if Jack beat you. Now I have nothing.
I wasn't afraid to go.
LaToya, you know I don't know that. So what I'm saying is that...
But no, Howard, you don't know because you were not there. However, you did, like Robin said, you did see him going to jail. You saw the footage of that.
Yes.
You saw the beatings.
I'm just saying, all I want to say is, if it's true that he was beating you, that I'm very glad you're away from him, because I think you're a real sweet person.
I think it's wrong. I don't think any woman should have to subject herself to something like this.
No, absolutely not.
It's wrong for a man to beat a woman and make her work. It's like a pimp. He was acting like as if he was a pimp.
It's wrong, especially when someone looks as good as you do.
Are you saying that he made you do jobs you did not want to do?
All the time. The Philadelphia job, all the time.
Oh, that, like, Diamond Cabaret or whatever it was?
Oh, really?
Absolutely. I tried not to do that job. He beat me because I wouldn't do it until I would say yes.
Wow. Well, this sounds like this is going to be some divorce.
Oh, I tried not to do Playboy.
You didn't want to do Playboy?
The video I didn't want to do.
Really?
Actually. No, I was really embarrassed to do the video. I said, stills are fine, but emotion is quite different.
Right.
And, of course, he beat me until I would say yes.
And you told this to the judge?
He would beat me until I would consent.
Have you told this to the judge?
The judge hasn't ordered that, a declaration. That's part of my declaration. The judge has that.
All right.
Yes, but this is Jack Gordon, so...
Well, I'm glad you called in, LaToya. I'm glad you called in to tell us your side of the story.
Yes. And, you know, you work every day. You want to see the results of what you do. He took every single penny. And when you start standing up for yourself and saying that slavery's over, you don't work free, that's when he got upset and just started beating me even more. It became more intense, and I said, I can't take this any longer.
Well...
Because I truly felt that he was going to kill me if I didn't get out of there. Total control. Couldn't leave the room. You guys have no idea what I was going through.
Well, it sounds pretty awful.
He locked me in the house, and you guys would joke about it, and I said, if only they knew, they're laughing about the truth.
Right.
Like Robin would say, oh, yeah, he beat cancer, he beat this, he beat that. He probably has her locked up in the room, and I'm going, oh, my God, yes, he does. I'm here locked up in the room.
Now, what about this allegation that you were locked in your room and you didn't know what room you were in?
No, that I don't know about.
Oh.
There was some guy in the paper saying that he had seen the abuse and he would put you in hotel rooms and switch your rooms and all of that stuff.
No, he wouldn't switch my rooms, but he would put me in hotels. And he would lock the door and tell me I better not come out. And if I do, I'm going to catch pure hell when he gets back. He would do this in New York when I was there as well. He would lock me in the room, and sometimes he would throw me in the bedroom and do the same thing.
Wow. These are all heavy allegations. And, listen, you know, I wish you luck with your case. I like both you and Jack. I mean, you're nice. You know, you've always been very nice to me.
Yes.
And come see me when you're in New York.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. You guys take care.
All right, LaToya.
Okay.
Take care of yourself, all right?
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, you know, we don't know who's
in the middle, Howard.
You know, it's just two people making allegations. We don't know if any of that's true. What LaToya is saying, we don't.
Often creates terrible allegations, but we hope they sort it out and get away from each other since it's been bad for both of them.
We don't know if what Jack said is true, and we don't know what. Jack's on the phone?
Oh,
get LaToya back on. Oh, God damn it.
I couldn't get in quick enough. Like, as soon as you hung up, he called.
Jack.
What are you
Jack,
timing
this?
You just missed LaToya.
I know. I miss her now.
No, I mean,
she's just on the phone.
Keep him on the line. I have an idea.
All right, get LaToya.
But we can't talk to each other, Howard.
LaToya just said a mouthful.
Yeah, but you did, but I can't talk to her on the phone. I can talk to you, but I can't talk to her.
Well, if I could have her. I can talk to her. You'll tell me what you want to say. I'll tell her, and then she'll tell me.
He's like the lawyer.
That's fine. Okay, he'd be a good lawyer.
Boy, LaToya just laid on a whole bunch of accusations. Said you beat the hell out of her. You forced her to work.
Now, I'm not asking you to take sides, Howard.
You threatened to kill her.
Listen to me. You heard what LaToya said, and you've heard what Jack said. You're the judge.
I have no idea.
Who do you believe? Who do you believe?
Who do I believe?
Yeah.
Who do you believe?
Well, come on. It's Jack Gordon, who's, you know, a stocky kind of guy.
Well, stocky?
And this
Jack's a little tiny man.
85-pound woman.
Oh, I don't know.
Who do you believe?
I don't know.
And as I
don't know who to believe.
Let me ask you a question.
Wait a minute. We did see a bruised and battered LaToya.
That's
I've never seen any marks on Jack.
That's true. I never did see any marks on Jack.
I would never show you mine.
He's too much of a man to show you.
Well, all I'm asking you is who do you believe at this point?
I don't know yet. I have not formulated an opinion yet.
You have to right now.
I can't formulate one.
How dare you?
Everybody has the same opinion. All right. Listen, Jack.
Yeah. There is such a thing, by the way, as women that abuse men.
Yeah, I know that. We're just wondering if this is one of those cases.
Wait a minute. Why was LaToya abusing you?
Usually.
Then why was LaToya abusing you, by the way?
Pardon me?
Why was she abusing you?
I don't want to answer that. I don't want to say anything nasty about her.
Right.
No.
You know what I think was?
What?
Because he's Jewish.
Oh, she's an anti-Semite.
You know what, Howard? You know what?
What?
You hit her on the head.
Oh, get out of here. You're crazy.
You're a comedian. I mean, at least the LaToya says, well, he was beating me because I was his meal ticket and he would make me do these jobs. I want
to get LaToya on the phone with Jack.
Why did LaToya hang out for 11 years? Tell me, if this is all true.
That's the battered woman syndrome, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Robin has that. I've been beating her for 12 years.
That's a good answer.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it's a good answer.
You know, there is such a thing as the truth.
Yes.
I don't know where to look for it with these two. I don't know what's going on.
You know, every time...
Where's LaToya?
I mean, I'm working on it. I have a number for Jack.
Yeah.
You know, so if you want to hang up, and I'll try to get LaToya.
Well, and the same guy who called LaToya before, why doesn't he call her now?
He's probably listening. I had his number, but it's been disconnected sometime.
Oh, man.
I got to tell you, Howard, okay?
Oh, Jack?
Yeah?
This is LaToya.
Liar.
Here we go, right?
Liar. You're a liar.
You're Satan, she said.
You're Satan, Jay.
What, she called me that?
Yes.
She said she was glad she didn't have Satan's baby.
My mother
Jack,
was Rosemary.
Let me just say something seriously. If what LaToya is saying is true, now listen to me. I'm not saying it is, but if what she is saying is true,
you're despicable.
You're despicable, and you must free her. You must just give her her money and let her go her way.
What did she say?
She said you forced her to work, you beat her to get her to work, you made her do things she didn't do, and you took all the money.
And you're the one who forced her to talk bad about her family.
That's not true. That's not true at all. No, I'm sorry. That is not true.
All right, good. That's all I just
All right, then, Jack, you got to have some more defense then.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Well, what's he going to say?
He could say,
it's his word
look,
against hers.
LaToya decided she would talk about her family. LaToya wanted to do the Playboy.
LaToya got paid to talk about her family. LaToya was paid $10,000 to $15,000 a show.
Yeah, but you could have arranged that and made her do it.
I did arrange it. I didn't make her do it. Let me ask you something, Robert. How do you make anybody talk about anything?
I don't know. I mean, you can't make me, but...
What?
I made contact with the guy. He's calling LaToya right now.
Yeah, right.
I give him the number.
Yeah, let's get this. I can get this divorce settled in 2 seconds.
I hope
you
so.
need a whole bunch of lawyers.
Or get a further restraining order.
She says you made her do Al's Diamond Cabaret against her will.
She didn't want to do
How do you do that against her will? Tell me.
I don't know.
Jack, you're the master. Tell us.
I'm the master of getting the job.
Well, that's what Jack's going to say in court. He's going to say, how could I possibly make her do that?
But, you know, this stuff happens all the time. Where women feel threatened. She said you would threaten her life.
Yeah, but how do you know Jack really did that?
And that he locked her in rooms.
How can you prove that?
And she couldn't find a room, right, Robin?
Well, now she's saying you did it at home.
She had a telephone at home. She had a fax machine at home.
How do I know what you have in her bedroom?
And she is a very famous woman. I mean, she could go to the newspapers and say...
You don't think famous women have been beaten before?
Besides Tina Turner, no.
Let me say this to you, okay? Yeah. Once again, there's concierge, there's security, there's fax machines and telephones at every place she goes, including her home.
But if she's scared for her life, Jack, she won't go for them.
Well, that's true.
She won't go for what?
This is going to be a very tough divorce.
I think so, too, and it doesn't have to be.
Pay her off.
Well, wait a minute. Jack is saying she has all the money.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's saying I have all the money.
Right.
Where's the money?
I got to take a break anyway. I don't know. I'm trying to track down LaToya.
You having trouble finding her?
Yeah, well, do me a favor.
Jack knows where she's
at.
What is it, Howard?
Jack's stalking her. What?
Go to commercial. Have Jack hold on.
Hey, Jack, hold on, all right?
Because I'm confident she'll call back.
Yeah, Jack, hold on a second. Do me a favor, all right?
Yeah, sure.
Let me do some commercials. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get this all together. Okay.
Because I'm tired of playing devil's advocate here.
I'll get those two yelling at each other. Yeah, right.
Let LaToya do that.
Yeah, right. Good. What are you assuming the position? Let's take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show, 97.1. You're listening to a man who thinks a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. That's why he refuses to know anything.
Right.
Howard.
I always said a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. What is it? What?
Gary says he needs 1 more minute. He thinks he can make it happen.
Oh, okay, good.
He thinks he can make it happen.
He's whispering to me like I can hear what he's saying. Hey, Jack.
How you doing?
Jack seems to be having a good time.
Jack always has fun. It doesn't matter what you accuse him of.
You know, it's like he's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because we know the jovial, smiling Jack.
That's why I say I find this all hard to believe.
But the Jack LaToya describes is another man.
I don't know. You see, I know them both. I just can't believe any of this. See what I'm saying, Jack?
I do. Yeah, I know.
You know, LaToya has made accusations, but I got to tell you, I just don't know. I have no clue. How would I have a clue? I'm not privy to any of this.
It's just that it always seems to me LaToya has a little bit more information, a little more detail to her story.
Yes, Jack's a very private guy.
He's keeping it close to the vest.
Keep it what?
He don't even have a vest. LaToya owns his vest. That's what he's claiming in the court case.
He couldn't afford a vest.
You got to ask yourself this question.
She says you didn't work in this whole time, and you're not even her manager.
That's not true.
Well, if LaToya doesn't call in, I got a guy waiting out there dressed in a beekeeper's hat because he doesn't want to be, we had to disguise him for TV. That's the guy who slept with his sister.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I told him to come down here. Yeah, he's here.
He actually has the nerve to show his face.
Why not? Well, he's not going to show his face. He's going to be in a beekeeper's outfit. We dressed him up in a beekeeper's outfit.
I got to ask you something, Howard.
Yeah.
Now, think about this for a minute.
Go ahead.
She said her father raped her. She said that Michael Jackson molested the children.
Right.
She said a lot of statements. All I know is what she told me. Think about this now. She returned to her father. If he really raped her that many times, why would she want to go back to that?
I don't know. I don't know the answers to any of this.
I mean, that's a major question.
Well, she says you made her say.
I didn't make her father rape her. I can promise you that.
No way. Well,
she said her father beat her. Her father denied that. She said I beat her, and I'm denying that.
Right.
She said that Michael did these things, and I don't know.
I do notice a pattern here.
Yeah. Listen, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had a friendly relationship with Jack when he comes in with LaToya. I've always had a great relationship with LaToya. We've had some great radio together.
But still.
And I am not going to sit here and decide who is telling the truth or not. That is up to the court.
That's not why we're here. This is a court decision.
I mean,
we can...
I'll tell you, I met Jack many occasions, always seemed like a nice guy, but could I sit and confess to you now that I know that Jack's not an alien from another planet? I don't even know that. Jack could be from another planet. Right, Jack?
Jack could be hiding...
As long as it's a Jewish planet.
Jack is from a Jewish planet.
Hiding antenna under that hair.
Right.
You never know.
Jack could be an alien.
There could be a tail in his pants.
He could be from Krypton. With strange powers.
Super Jack.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Gary, is this happening or not? I don't want to hold Jack on the phone, although not like Jack has somewhere to go.
Yeah, where's he going?
Now that LaToya's gone.
What are you going to look at the two girls?
What happened with
Did you
LaToya?
have any other
The guy
clients?
that's in touch with her just said to me, twice I called her, said she's calling right now.
Oh, she is?
But that was, like 3 or 4 minutes ago.
Does Jack have any other clients?
Yes. He has the guy who slept with his sister.
That ain't bad idea.
Jack's got a ton of clients.
Yeah. What do you got, Jack?
I got quite a few. I'm working with Samantha Fox. I'm working with, there are quite a few people.
I see.
All right, so you're...
I need a good client. My next move may be Marie Osmond.
Marie Osmond.
Can you imagine that?
You going to marry her?
You're going to put her in a hotel room?
All right, Gary, I'm giving up on the toilet.
Right?
I'm giving up on this. I got to get the beekeeper dude in here.